This afternoon, we're getting a closer look at federal inspection reports for two nursing home facilities with some of the biggest COVID outbreaks in our area. Investigative reporter Matt Fleener is uncovering these reports. He's live at the Brighton Gardens of Prairie Village. Matt?
Well, Laura, Brighton Gardens of Prairie Village had a big COVID outbreak a couple of months ago. It was in the news then. Now we're seeing what federal inspectors saw when they went inside this facility.
KMBC9 Investigates has obtained two federal health inspections claiming two Kansas nursing homes put residents in immediate jeopardy of infection of COVID-19. The first, Brighton Gardens of Prairie Village. Johnson County health officials say 100 cases of COVID-19 are tied to the facility with 21 deaths. Federal health inspectors found an employee worked on two separate days in April showing positive signs and symptoms of COVID-19. The employee later tested positive along with multiple residents in the unit where she worked.
It's really shocking and it's absolutely unacceptable.
Rachel Staley is an attorney representing families with two active lawsuits against Brighton Gardens, along with 7 against Riverbend Post-Acute Rehab and KCK. She's also seen this federal inspection showing Riverbend failed to conduct staff screenings for signs and symptoms of COVID-19. The report says that's even after deaths had already happened at the facility. Ultimately, Riverbend saw 132 cases and at least 36 deaths.
Riverbend put their patients in immediate jeopardy, and that's exactly what the statement of deficiencies shows. And Brighton Gardens did the same thing.
Now, the facilities did move on toward eventually correcting the deficiencies found in those reports. Meanwhile, the lawsuits against those two facilities are continuing. In Prairie Village, Matt Fleener, KMBC 9 News.
Brighton Gardens sent a statement that said in part the facility is in compliance with federal health regulations. We have not heard back from Riverbend. Taking a look at the latest number of cases statewide, Kansas saw a big jump from 966 coronavirus cases last Friday to more than 1,500 today. Meantime, the state of Missouri had 101 new cases of the virus confirmed today. And to give you a better idea of the spread of the virus over the last 7 days, right now 11% of tests are coming back positive in Kansas. In Missouri, it's 9.9%. The national average is just above 6%. The Jackson County Health Department is offering free COVID-19 testing this week. You can get tested Tuesday through Thursday from 10 to 2. Tomorrow's location is at the old fire station in Lee's Summit. That's off Southwest Pryor Road. You do need to register on the health department's website before going to get a test. Masks are becoming part of the debate in the Missouri race for governor. Democrat Nicole Galloway says everyone across the state should be wearing one right now. Republican Mike Parson has left it up to the local governments. Our Michael Mahoney is following the race.
Galloway at a Kansas City Union Hall with just a small group of people for social distancing, all of them wearing a mask, says a statewide mask requirement is the best approach.
Public health experts agree that wearing a mask is one of the best tools in our toolbox to mitigate the spread of the disease.
She's making Governor Mike Parson's response to the virus her main campaign issue.
He is not focusing on folks' number one issue, which is fighting and containing this virus.
She also wants Missouri to ally with other Midwestern states to increase their PPE purchasing power. Galloway accuses the Parson administration of sitting on $1 billion federal CARES dollars that could go to testing and contact tracing.
That money is just stuck. Some of it was sent to the counties, but it is not being deployed for contact tracing and for testing.
Today, the governor says the state is now conducting 90,000 tests a week, and the death rate has dropped to under 1%. More than 75,000 cases have been reported in Missouri, with 1,400 deaths. And Kansas City and Jackson County combined more than 13,000 cases. As Galloway pushes for a statewide mask mandate, part of her effort to make the state's handling of the virus the campaign issue for the fall. Michael Mahoney, KMBC 9 News.
Galloway says schools that have a positivity rate over 10% for every 10,000 people should have some in-person classwork and some online. Schools with a 50% positivity rate should all be online. And we have breaking news right now out of Columbia, where the University of Missouri says it has more than 150 active COVID-19 student cases. The school says that is 0.5% of its student body. It will now deploy contact tracers to try and prevent provide guidance for people who've been in contact with those positive cases. And at KU in Lawrence, classes did not start without some controversy. The Office of the Chancellor is issuing cease and desist orders to 2 fraternities, Kappa Sigma and Phi Kappa Psi, as well as 14-day public health bans for the members. KMBC 9's Kelly Gibbs is live tonight on campus with the details. Kelly?
Well, those cease and desist orders coming after video began circulating on social media, appearing to show a gathering outside of the Kappa Sigma fraternity. Now, within that video, it does not appear that fraternity members are wearing masks or social distancing. The video was reportedly shot on Saturday, one day after the KU Interfraternity Council announced a moratorium on all social activities at fraternities, citing COVID-19 concerns. Now, today we spoke with a Kappa Sigma alumnus who is now a board member for the fraternity. He says all the members in the house received negative COVID-19 test results 2 days prior, that the gathering on video was not a planned social event and only included members of the fraternity who were living together, and that no guests are allowed in the home, and all members were abiding by the Douglas County health guidelines.
KU wants to protect the campus, rightfully so, but that doesn't mean they have the right to extend regulations to anybody anywhere. We conform to the Douglas County rules and regulations, and those regulations exempt people who reside together from wearing face masks when they're outside or social distancing when they're outside. The minute they go on campus, the KU rules apply.
Now, we did reach out to the university for a comment on those claims. We have not yet heard back. Reporting live in Lawrence, Kelly Gibbs, KMBC 9 News.